Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Tales of Monkey Island. Last time, our wife came back and, well, we need to get her to court so we can, show that La Esponja Grande works. La Esponja, I keep wanting to say La Esponja Grande because that's how it should be pronounced. Sorry, said I wouldn't say that again, anyway. But, she seems to have other things on her mind. She thinks that we've been, canoodling with Miss Morgan Le Fay here, and is not happy with that fact. Anyway, we need to get her to, use a sack of sugar.
The only way to drag Elaine into court is to get this voodoo summons into her hands.
How should we do that? Well, we need to get them out of the way of that dartboard first.
Hey, Krebs.
Krebs.
What do you want?
It's nice to see one female pirate in this bar isn't a fight-crazed wackadoodle.
Oh, I am. I'm just loading up on carbs before joining the fight. Doesn't pay to have a sugar drop in the middle of one of these things, you know.
Oh, baby. But too bad that it's not gonna happen. Caesar, what kind of shorts are you wearing anyways? Like, it looks like you're wearing, like, the old-fashioned ladies' underwear. You just forgot your pants or your dress or something. I don't know.
What you gonna do with all that gold?
All what gold?
All that gold inside your chest.
Oh, Guybrush.
Stay away from Guybrush, you sea hog!
And she goes back into the bathroom where she did something horrible which made the toilet overflow. Oh man. Guess they really scared the crap out of her. Alright, so now, let's see. Should I use the dartboard now?
Yikes!
Would you mind steering clear of the dartboard? Now that I've found me darts, I need to practice before tomorrow night's tournament.
So we need to distract him from the dartboard. We tried giving him that other drink recipe, but that didn't work because he finished it too fast. However, this tuna colada recipe
Looks complicated.
is long and complicated, so hopefully this will make it take a little bit
Can
more
you make
time.
one of these?
A Tri-Island tuna colada? Arr, that takes me back. I haven't made one of these since I was a bosun under Captain Bo.
Then can you make one? I'm really in the mood.
Aye, but it'll take some doing to scrounge up the ingredients.
Aha.
Take your time.
And now we can attach this to that.
I'll just put this here for safekeeping.
Done! One Tri-Island tuna colada. Now I can get back to me darts.
Arr! Libations! Ah, gimme!
And, Miss Krebs sneaks back out again. One more thing to do.
Hey, ladies.
What?
Distract Miss Morgan.
Elaine, Tucklebear. Morgan's all bark and no bite.
You want bite? You got it! And I'll throw in the bark for free! Whoa!
Good for nothing words getting in the way of my killing.
Honey, you are formally summoned to appear before the court of Judge Grindstump in the case of the people of Flotsam versus Guybrush Threepwood, Mighty Pirate. TM.
Now I know who wears the daddy pants in the relationship.
You stay away from my boy's pants, or I'll hang you from my Jolly Roger, you Jezebel! And you, don't think you can totter around with some tart and not get a fistful of what?
She's a catch.
And conveniently not a rotten double-crosser.
I told you I had a job to do.
Sure,
Whatever.
Just doing your job. Tell me, aside from all the silver, how are the benefits?
Guybrush.
Do you get health care for the repetitive stress injuries caused by all the backstabbing and cutting off people's hands?
I said I was sorry.
Sorry? I can't pick my left nostril without risking a lobotomy.
What if
What if nothing? Goodbye, Morgan. I've got a wife to cure and an island to save.
Aww. Morgan feels really bad. I guess he can't blame
Mrs.
Guybrush.
Threepwood.
Alright.
Please tell the court how this horrible pox is all LeChuck's fault.
LeChuck? That stick in the mud wouldn't know a good pox if it kicked him in the fundament. Heck, there wouldn't even be a pox if you you'd gone through with the voodoo lady's recipe properly, but no, you had to wave that root beer bottle around like some sort of conquering hero. Oh, look at me! I be Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate! Next thing I know, you're trying to replace root beer with root grog and bam! Pucks all over the place. Not that I'm complaining, mind you.
Oh, okay. That probably hurt us a little bit.
Honey, why don't you please tell everyone how I've been trying to find a cure for the pox?
There we
Don't
go.
you honey me, you two-timing cannon scrubber. I bet all this talk of looking for La Esponja Grande was all plot to spend time canoodling with your little privateering she's flag.
Hey,
La Esponja Grande, yes, it's right over there, see?
Sure it is.
Could you give the court some idea of what a fine, upstanding pirate your husband is?
Well, let's see. When I first met him, he was breaking into my mansion to steal a statue.
Yeah, there was
Later,
that.
after shanghaiing a crew to take him to Monkey Island, he totally failed to rescue me from the evil clutches of the ghost pirate LeChuck.
Yeah,
so
that
I had to
happened.
dress up a couple of monkeys in a bridal gown.
yeah.
This may have been a bad line of questioning.
Then he left me hanging over a pit while he went looking for the treasure of Big Whoop.
Hey, that was your
I didn't hear
fault.
from him for 3 years after that. Turned me into a bleeding statue.
Oh, yeah.
Seat up. Oh, and that's not even mentioning all the times I've found myself tied up, manacled, or otherwise incarcerated because of his blithering idiocy!
You're too good for him, love.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor.
That did not work either. She just, told the story of the first 4 Monkey Islands right there. Oh, man. Alright. Well, there's only one thing we can do.
I'd like a second to think about my next move, Your Honor.
Make it fast! Your character witness is oozing all over my courtroom.
Ooh. Hey, Stan. Can I talk to you?
Hey, Stan.
Ah,
If you want to...
Okay, I guess you're the same thing. One thing left to do. If we can... Yeah. Let's show her the ring.
Honey, look! They confiscated your ring!
You let someone take it from you? Didn't I tell you never to let it out of your sight?
My goodness.
But me no buts, lover mine.
Well, of course you know what we need to do. La Esponja Grande needs to be put into action.
Your Honor, Buccaneers of Flotsam, you all believe that I, Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate, have brought this horrible pox to your shores.
Off with his
run him off the plank.
the jungle beast!
What if I were to tell you that I could tame this unruly witness, prove my good intentions, and begin the process of curing you all of this hideous voodoo pox, all in one fell swoop?
I don't know.
Feed him to the jungle beast!
Your
Come
Honor,
on,
I
Mickey.
object. Defense is grasping at sponge-shaped straws here.
Denied! But get on with it, Captain. The hangman gets overtime if we keep him up after midnight.
Oh, we don't want that.
Pleasure, Your Honor. Wenches and pirates, I give you Exhibit S, the wonder of La Esponja Grande.
I thought it'd be bigger.
Now behold,
Didn't we
as
all?
a simple exfoliating motion of La Esponja Grande washes away the pox, restoring my wife to her usual, mostly pleasant demeanor.
Let's try
Sugar
that
cakes?
again.
Off with his head!
Get that piece of seaweed off me, you deep-sea doily diver!
Does the defense have any other pointless arguments it would like to make?
This is not good.
This is sort of all I got.
Then, by the power vested in me by the put-upon pirates of Flotsam Island, I summarily sentence you to be hanged by your pox-spreading neck until you are... Right there.
What?
What is the meaning of this? My name is LeChuck, and I can tell you exactly what Guybrush did.
LeChuck? I thought he was a ghost.
I heard he was a zombie.
Don't listen to him!
You see, Your Honor, the pox is all my fault.
Listen to him!
For decades, I dabbled in the dark forces of voodoo, clamoring for power. I hungered for it. I yearned for it. I pillaged, plundered, and killed for it.
I can attest to all of this.
It was my accumulated voodoo that infected you all. Dark, evil voodoo that was explosively released when I was once again defeated by the perpetually heroic Guybrush Threepwood.
He's not kidding. I've killed him like 5 times.
So you see, Guybrush Threepwood is not the source of this pox. I am. And I hereby throw myself upon the mercy of this court, or lack thereof.
Off with your head!
But wait, there's more. It turns out I had an unknown silent power urging me down those darkened voodoo corridors. A power far more insidious than I could ever hope to be. I submit to the court this journal, property of quiet up there! The Voodoo Lady.
The Voodoo Lady?
That creepy lady who lives in the shack?
What the what?
In these pages you will find detailed plans, laid out by the Voodoo Lady over the course of many years, to manipulate my never-ending rise to power. My hunger for voodoo, my seemingly endless cycle of ironically comical death and disturbing resurrection. My obsession with the darling Elaine. It's all because of her.
Off with her head!
To the jungle beast!
Come on, McGee.
It can't be true. Can it?
That's heavy stuff.
Order! I hereby call for the release of Guybrush Threepwood and the immediate imprisonment of LeChuck and the Voodoo Lady! To the brig with both of them!
I bet it up to me eye patch with all this land-loving lollygagging. I'm off to plunder me some treasure.
Don't worry about me, my friend. Go cure your wife.
Well, I'm finally free, but now my pox-crazed wife is nowhere to be found. A mad scientist is hunting her for who knows what reason, and the legendary voodoo sponge that was supposed to cure her has turned out to be useless. Under normal circumstances, I'd ask the voodoo lady for help, but she's sitting in the jail cell next to my archenemy, who may or may not be my best friend, after it's been revealed that she has been the secret power behind most of my travails over most of my life as a pirate. Maybe I should have been a beekeeper like my Uncle Sid.
Well then. That is quite the twist, isn't it? That is, if LeChuck is to be believed, but I don't think he'd come and have himself thrown in prison and possibly executed. I don't know. This is also crazy. And Voodoo Lady, somehow she got out of her seat to come to prison. Alright. While we're here, let's have a combo with them.
LeChuck!
Guybrush!
Oh, she's so nice. Why you gotta be so nice now?
I would have bet my good hand I'd never say this, but thank you
For what? I've caused you nothing but despair.
for taking the fall back there, and for exposing the voodoo lady. I don't know what to make of any of it, but now I can focus on saving Elaine and dealing with the pox.
It is the very least I could do. But be careful, Guybrush.
I'm always careful.
This from the guy who proposed to his wife with a cursed engagement ring you stole from my hold.
Is that a dig? Is the evil demon pirate LeChuck developing a sense of humor? This is weird.
It is weird, but hey, that's a good point there.
Really. Thanks again.
You don't need to thank me, my friend. I merely spoke the truth. They say that truth is the greatest barnacle scrubber you know.
I guess so.
Where have you been? I thought you were with Elaine.
Well, after leaving Spinner Cave, Elaine and I set out to finish releasing all those monkeys I'd captured. After we were finished releasing the last of them, Elaine caught wind of your trial, went into a poxed rage, seized a passing clam schooner, and made a beeline for Flotsam Island.
That's my girl.
Needless to say, I took my own vessel and headed after her. But in the middle of the night, my ship was sunk by a rogue wave. I was washed up on an island of cannibals, from whom I deftly escaped, using many of the self-same skills you taught me back on the Jerkbait Islands.
Yeah, it's amazing how easily man-eating tribes can be reasoned.
Knowing I needed to
done
get
it.
here more than ever, I lashed together a few bits of cannibal leftovers and warthog sinew to build a makeshift raft. Unfortunately, that was soon eaten by the sharks.
Oh no!
So I swam, I swam as fast as I could for 3 days.
And arrived just in time to save me from the gallows. Nicely done, buddy.
How are you still standing? Oh, goodness.
Kudos to your swim instructor.
I was fueled by the fire of our budding friendship.
Okay, then. Kind of awkward, but still, it works.
Have you seen Elaine?
No, not since she left me in a poxed rage.
He's been doing a lot of that lately.
Yeah, noticed.
So you haven't seen Elaine then?
I'm afraid not. She's quite a handful.
You're telling me. All those thwarted attempts to marry her might have been blessings in disguise, huh?
Hey.
I can't believe the voodoo lady has been pulling your ghostly / demonic strings all these years.
It came as a shock to me as well. But her diary spells it all out. You, me, Elaine, we're all part of the voodoo lady's malevolent plans.
Malevolence is in the eye of the beholder, Guybrush Treepood. I know this is difficult to understand, but things are not as they seem.
No, things seem remarkably convoluted, which is what I've come to expect from you.
I've always had your best interests at heart.
Well, what about my interests? Without your meddling, I could have lived a normal, happy pirate's life.
Ha! The destiny of LeChuck has never been normal.
So she's not denying any of these allegations, which really scares me.
How about the mountain of ice on the roller coaster of the dam? She was behind that?
Especially that.
How? That was us. That was our doing. She can't take credit for that. We did that.
I risked life, limb, and manatee to get La Esponja Grande, and it's a puny, worthless lump.
What?
Soak up the gargantuan wonder that is La Esponja Grande.
That is La Esponja Grande? But wasn't it supposed to hold infinite amounts of voodoo?
I know.
Right?
What a crock.
The size of the sponge is meaningless. It is what you do with it that matters.
Oh, yeah?
Well,
you fight like a...
Did we just become best friends? Oh, if you get that reference.
The sponge is still small.
Most unfortunate.
Sit tight, buddy. Once I save Elaine, you're next.
Don't worry about me.
And let's have a little chat with Miss
Hey, you!
Voodoo Lady here.
Hello, Treepood.
And we only get one option.
You sent me on a wild albatross chase for La Esponja Grande and promised me it would cure the pox. But after fending off sexually ambiguous merpeople, a giant manatee, and your crazy ex-boyfriend, what do I get for my trouble? This. Sorry excuse for a kitchen sponge.
La Esponja.
I noticed you strategically left out the Grande from this worthless piece of junk. Once it cured my piddly leftover pox, it didn't have enough mojo left to cure Elaine.
It's not worthless. It is merely young. It must be brought to maturity in order to reach its voodoo-absorbing potential.
What?
What to maturity? How am I supposed to do that? Give it a talk about the sponge birds and sponge bees?
Like all infants, La Esponja needs nourishment. It must be fed 6 special voodoo corsets to bring it to adult size.
What sort of meal is that?
A feast for the senses.
Hello there.
The menu, Treepood. Take it, and serve the sponge a meal unlike any other.
And then?
It will grow.
Hey, neat. There's a map of the Flotsam Jungle on the cover. No more listening to bees and birds and boars for this mighty pirate.
There we go. But there's still some tricks to it, which we'll go over later.
Hey, you! Again!
Hello, Treepood.
You've been lying to me about LeChuck all these years.
My ways are my own, Guybrush, but rest assured I have never lied to you.
You're lying right now. All this time, I thought LeChuck was an inhuman monster. Actually, he was an inhuman monster, but only because you made him that way.
Yeah.
Did I? Or was I merely playing my role in a much larger play?
Stop trying to confuse me. We're tired of being puppets in your chess game.
This is no game, Treepood.
Lady.
You corrupted LeChuck and sent him out to torment me and Elaine for years. I'll never trust you again.
I don't require your trust, Treepood. Only your heroism.
about this feast for the senses.
What would you like to know?
Oh yeah, we'll actually look at that, but we'll
The
ask.
first course in the feast for the senses. The napkin. What's up with that?
The table must be set with an eye-catching napkin to entice the sponge's hunger.
After I'm done talking to her, we'll actually look at the
All right, enough about the feast for now.
the feast courses, and then I'll explain to you.
I met Coronado de Cava.
My beloved. How was he?
Mad. Bipolar. Life ruined. Just another pawn sacrificed in your theater of the damned.
I never meant to cause him harm.
Sure you didn't. Come on, admit it. You were manipulating Coronado.
Coronado was never touched by my voodoo, even though he sometimes begged to be.
I'm not sure we're talking about the same thing anymore, so I'll just shut up.
Oh man.
Have you seen Elaine? Of course, even if you have, I won't believe you.
So whether I have or have not does not matter.
Well, if you do, tell LeChuck and then have him tell me.
Here we go.
So, when I was with DeCava, you might have felt something strange happen.
Oh yeah, that.
You are no doubt alluding to your brief possession of my physical form.
Ha! How did it feel to be the Manipulate Ted instead of the Manipulator for once?
Ah.
It was curiously liberating.
You're weird. Try not to get executed before I cure Elaine.
As you wish.
Alright, before we go, let's take a look at this. So there's a map here, and you can unfold it. Feast for the sentences. First course, a napkin as a site. Garish plot, grotesquely bright.
Well, that's odd.
And then you can do other things.
Sounds like a whole new map now.
Huh. Oh, and you can look at these. Second course, antiplastic jungle meat. It smells like steamed meat. Course, before the main course, cleanse your palate with a taste that hits you like a mallet. The main course will cost quite a flap, around 6 cents. Of course, now course, small dessert, a touch so shocking it might hurt. And finally, you'll finish without cheer for a belch so loud that all can hear. So yeah, we are far from done with this chapter. We still need to collect these 6 courses to get the sponge to go through puberty or something. I don't know. So, can we do it? Find out in the coming episodes of Let's Play Tales of Monkey Island. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.